But thus far, 20 minutes of action, LA still 0 out of 4, and that is why Barangay Ginebra is down by a ton against the Beermen.
Kaya naman siguro LA will be coming off the bench in the second half as we open this third. Atid sa atin ng Cobra Plus Vitamin C. Lakas at proteksyon. Cobra, the #1 energy drink. Unang atake na San Miguel is a turnover.
First quarter, San Miguel scoring 27 points, Barangay Ginebra limited to 22. Second quarter, San Miguel almost the same, 26 big points for them, but they played even better defense, relegating Barangay Ginebra to score their worst quarter here in this ballgame at 14.
Look at the rookie battling there. Alam niyang mintis yung three-pointer niya. Ang problema, sumabit siya sa braso ni Arwin. Arvin Tolentino with that personal. Kasama nga niya si Seg, etong sina Pringle, De La Cruz, andiyan dyan din si Thompson and Aguilar. Katapat ngayon sina Cabagnot, Santos, Lassiter, Ross, and Tautua. Lassiter, huli ka. Cabagnot on the second serving. Will miss. Andiyan dyan si Aguilar. Pringle on the move. Stopping on a dime, trying to get it to Tolentino. Play broken up by Arwin.
And Barangay Ginebra really struggling also with their execution. We saw a little glimpse of their shooting clip from the three. 10.6 3-pointers per game yung kanilang average, but so far only 1 out of 15. And breaking anyone who feels like they can keep in step with him. Alex Cabagnot blowing by the rookie, using quick legs and finishing in traffic for a three-point play possibility.
Amazing play of the quarter yan, powered by Smart. Experience next level speeds with Smart 5G.
Alex with 6 points, make it 7 points. And the lead of the Beermen, 20 points. This is going to be their biggest lead in the ball game.
Pringle to Japet. Clipped by Mo. 2 shots parating para kay Aguilar as he checks on his hand.
And we're talking about the flow on the offense for Barangay Ginebra, something that we've been seeing consistently in their past 3 wins, but quite absent in tonight's ball game. We talked about LA Tenorio, 0 points, -12 in player efficiency. Stan Pringle, only 3 out of 10 from the field for 30%, only 7 points to show, and -17. And that is precisely the reason why they're down big. Offensive-wise, Japet is the only one scoring consistently, shooting so well from the inside and also from his strong penetrations. Fortunately, he was only 50% from the free throw line.
The Beermen looking for their 6th win, wearing these 1992 throwback San Miguel unis, which are definitely a thing of beauty. Cabagnot from the corner. Doesn't work. Tautua keeps it alive. Pero siyang pinituan ng foul. Japet checking on his shoulder. Patuloy ang paghiyaw dito ni Mo Tautua. Tawag ni Abay dito si Spartan eh.
Dahil
Spartans eh.
oo nga.
Lalo pag umihiyaw na ganun, di ba? Somewhere, Abay is smiling sa ganda ng pinapakita ng kanyang kupunan on both ends of the floor. Thompson na ipit, binigay kay Japet. Extra pass to Tolentino. Nice ball movement.
You always want to see Barangay Ginebra dish off the extra pass, make basketball easy. That has been the trademark of all Team Cone teams.
Lassiter on the attack. Step back jumper. Lassiter could not deliver. Ay, naunahan sila ni Cabagnot sa rebound. Mali timing ng dalawa. De La Cruz and Pringle. Huli naman ni Japet yung atake ni Chris.
Showing why he is just 1 out of 12 players of 600 blocks or more. Look at this again. Japet Aguilar timing it perfectly to foil the attempt of Chris Ross.
I think that's his 3rd of the game as Ross and Tautua could not connect on this one.
Slowly but surely, Barangay Ginebra chipping away from what used to be a 20-point advantage.
Play na to, hatid sa atin ang Front Row, the official health, beauty, and wellness partner of the PBA.
70 na lang itong kailangang habulin ng Barangay Ginebra.
Thompson looking to cut a couple more off, gets it to Japet, who gets the basket at tinya pang foul.
Usually when he gets that close to the basket, it's really hard to stop this big man in Japet, scoring at will here in the third quarter. Not enough help from Stan Pringle tonight, but Scottie Thompson making things happen. Unselfish play for him again, and finishing off with an end one opportunity itong si Japet Aguilar. Hindi makompleto, no? Ilang beses na.
Kanina pa ganun. Lassiter at the other end, looking to get them into the attack. Nice cut by Cabagnot. Masyado lang malakas yung pasa. Esumal nagbabalik para kay Cabagnot.
4 straight empty possessions for San Miguel. Ito naman slowly threatening itong Barangay Ginebra.
Ginagapang ng Ginebra to.
Kapunti-kunti lang, daming oras pa.
Thompson lost it on the spin. That sends us into this timeout. 8:58 pa naman natitira sa ating third quarter. Timeout muna dito, sina Coach Leo. Austria up by 15.
Babalik tayo sa AUF Arena, powered by Smart 5G. Inside the locker room at the half, the coaches of the Ginebra Kings pointed out they are taking a lot of bad shots. They are 1 of 14 from beyond the arc on the first half, and they want to be more mindful, injecting more energy when it comes to the execution of their offensive plays, and also just making better decisions. Defensively, napapansin din nilang they are a step too slow for their opponents. So again, the importance of effort and intensity was brought up. Lastly, the Kings were rallied to be more vocal with each other on court. Mag-usap-usap daw sila to avoid miscommunication and to draw energy from each other. Back to you guys.
Slowly but surely, nakikinig naman yung mga bataan ni Coach Tim. And now they got an opportunity to break through this 15-point barrier.
Better shot selection. That is one thing that they have to do. If you look at the stats of Barangay Ginebra, in the first few games of this conference, you know that that three-point shooting is part of their offensive system. That is just their second three-pointer in today's ball game after 7 attempts. So less than 10% from beyond the arc. Now you look at their numbers in their 9 games, they're actually the best as far as three-point field goal shooting percentage is concerned. 37.6%.
Pero 12 na lang ang inahabol dito ng Ginebra. Another stop will change the complexion of this game. Marshall comes up dry. The red shirts will march it down the floor. Thompson over to the right side. De La Cruz. Hintis. Sayang na pagkakataon para kay Arthur.
Binibigyan ng opportunity ni Coach Tim Cone. Si Arthur De La Cruz makalaro at makuha yung timing. Ang ganda na ng lusot niya, hindi niya lang nakuha yung finish.
Ross up and is blocked by Japet. Pangilan na yun? Pang-apat, ano?
Dami na, no?
Block party nga, di ba? Pino-host na ito ni Aguilar. Tolentino from deep. In and out. Santos has it ripped away by Scotty. De La Cruz down low. Turnaround jumper. The hook is good. 10 na lang ang abante ng SMB.
Jared Dillinger very happy with the first 2 points in the conference from Arthur De La Cruz. Tapa, 10 na lang to. Pinakamalaki to ng 20 in the same quarter. So,
Another
very
stop.
quiet.
Another stop, Coach RG.
Yes, for San Miguel.
Tolentino all the ways. Barangay Ginebra is within 8.
Coach Leo Austria not taking any chances. Pangalawang timeout na nila ito in the last 5 possessions. Nothing is going right for them. Everything that they did so well in the second quarter and at the start of the third quarter, all of a sudden, they've become so listless offensively, and it seems like even yung transition na defense sila, nakakalimutan na nila. Just a token resistance on the last line defender, allowing itong si Tolentino to score another 2 points.
30-second timeout para sa San Miguel. And as you mentioned, Coach RG, Coach Leo Austria trying to do all he can to hold off this fight back by Barangay Ginebra. Ang haba pa nito, ha.
That is-
6:44 remaining in the third.
And the entire fourth quarter, 12 minutes of play. But of course, if you're San Miguel, you know exactly where you are. There has to be more urgency for them to win. Because for Barangay Ginebra, a victory in tonight's ball game will propel them at number 1. That is a twice to beat advantage. You'll go up against the 8th seed. And you know the advantage every time you get to the top 4. But for San Miguel, delikado pa sila dahil 2 dikit na talo against Phoenix tapos ng NLEX. Talagang nangangailangan sila ng panalo rito. Otherwise, baka bumagsak pa sila dun sa bottom 4.
Mintis na naman ang San Miguel. 6 na sunod na dry run, ano? Caperal now, gives it up. Mariano will go through that pick. Mariano, nalubayan si Ross. Nice pass by De La Cruz to Thompson. An even better pass to Mariano. And that San Miguel lead is now down to 6.
This is that kind of Barangay Ginebra game that we're used to seeing. High percentage points, extra passes. They just love to make a lot of positive output because of yung ganung mga madadaling tira. At unti-unti na natatapyasan. Ano, nakakagulat tong run ng ng Barangay Ginebra. Akala natin magtutuloy-tuloy na itong San Miguel, pero hindi.
San Miguel cannot buy a basket in this third frame. Kanina could do no wrong. Ayun, puro positive. Puro negative, rather. Sipa, ni Mo.
The last basket by San Miguel was way back in the 10 and 52 mark of the third quarter where they were up 56-36. So hindi pa sila nakakascore. So sa madaling salita, 14-0 lang naman ang in-architect nitong barangay.
Oh, look at Thompson climbing above everybody. Mariano wala pa rin. Parang sabong, lundagan na lundagan. Liparan na liparan lahat dun sa ilalim.
And Aljan Mariano cannot believe that he missed a gimme. And you just heard Motao Tua holler to the referees, "That was my face!" Sa mukha tinamaan.
Sabi naman ni Abay, mukha siya Spartan, hindi mukhang bola. Ba naman yun? Yun yung points this quarter. Ano? Yung 3 points na yun, yun nga yung nagpalawig ng lamang hanggang sa 20. Ross, wala pa rin. Mariano para sa board. Scotty directing traffic. Pupunta kay De La Cruz. Arthur doesn't want to pull the trigger. Puts it on the deck. De La Cruz on the run. Bitayin. So many missed opportunities para sa Ginebra. Pesumal could not make him pay.
And San Miguel's offense must slow down a little bit. I know it is part of yung green light to shoot ni Juan Pesumal. But you know, San Miguel, if there is no clear basket, they want to get the ball in the hands of their big man, Motao Tua. Unfortunately, in the last possessions for them, hindi nakakakuha si Mo. kaya hindi nakakakuha rin ng magandang opening yung kanyang mga kakampi.
Ginebra getting into their set. Kaninang first up, may 15-0 run. Etong San Miguel. Itong Ginebra looking to extend this 14-0 run. Thompson lights it up, and they are within 3.
17-0 run. And the obstacles are just getting bigger for San Miguel. Hindi na sila makascore. Now Motaw Tua trying to shoot from the outside. Another empty possession for them and Barangay Ginebra. And you know what? When they were launching a comeback, yung pinaka-active player nila, itong si Scottie Thompson. So yan, tignan natin kung makakascore pa rito yung Barangay.
Aljon hesitates, puts it up. Wala. Tautua clearing this one. 6 na minuto mahigit nang di nakakabutas ang San Miguel Beer. Tatagay na kaya sila sa pagbaba nila ngayon? Gamalinda. And some nice moves earlier on. This time, shumat na si Bambam Gamalinda.
He was demanding that ball. And he was so confident because Motaw Tua was also trying to post up in the same space. Pinaalis niya si Motaw Tua and buti na lang he was rewarded. And yung confidence na binigay sa kanya ni Chris Ross, he was given the ball to operate and he scored.
Ito si Merv, puro pulutan lang daw kanina. Sa wakas daw, shumat na. Sumabay na sa tagay. Bawal pa po tumagay. Kanya-kanya muna. Bawal pa tayo ngayon. Yan! Oh! Ho, ho! What a mid-air challenge there. Tolentino and Pesumal going at it.
Foul was be called against Tolentino, but he could not believe it. Felt like it was all clean upstairs. Probably had a point, but there was a little bit of a body contact that that he made, kaya natawagan siya ng foul.
We're at AUF Arena, powered by Smart 5G. Arvin Tolentino has extra reasons to be excited for today's game, and that is to go against longtime FEU idol, Arwin Santos. Kwento ni Arvin, college pa lang daw dumadalo na si Arwin sa practices. Even though during a UAAP game kontra Ateneo, tatapikit pa siya ni Arwin sa bench at magbibigay ng advice ang idol niya in the middle of the ball game. If anything, this game kontra SMB provides him extra motivation to do well and impress. Gentlemen?
During that last time out, sinisilip o nirereklamo ng San Miguel at Pesumal, baka daw goaltending. Pero nung nasilip naman ng mga referee sa replay, malinaw na block upstairs bago bumanda, pero merong foul.
Two things. It was a legitimate block na hindi tatawagan ng goaltending. Parang mga block yun ni Lebron against Andre Iguodala. Pero yung foul, it will remain. So 2 free throws binigay kay Pesumal and he was able to make 2. So umakyat ng konti itong lamang ng San Miguel to 7 points.
Barangay Ginebra climbing back from a 20-point hole. Sama naman ng tira ni Capera. Bumaba na sa tatlo di ba? 56-50 at that point.
Oo, tapos yung unang tira ni Bam Bam, tapos yung dalawang free throws ni Pesuman. 6 straight baskets for San Miguel. Marshall Lassiter hitting his partner close to the basket, and konting breathing room for San Miguel. Back to 9 points yung kanilang pinoprotektahan. And not only that, they're actually doing a zone defense, and historically, kayang ma-break ng Barangay Ginebra to eh. Pero nahirapan sila in the last two.
Kicks it out. Caperal from D. Doesn't work. Prince has not seen relief in the third quarter. Pinapalitan pa lang dito, actually, si Tolentino, si Chan ang nagbalik. Nakasona din, ano? Hindi, yun, bigla nag-match up. Ito ni Ginebra. Lassiter to the cup. Di Mubra. Three-pointer ni Pesumal. Ayaw. Thompson para sa rebound. Scotty trying to do all he can here for Barangay Ginebra. Prince from deep, punches it through!
The first one he missed. The second one, doing a good trail job. Prince Caperal, we've seen him make that. It is really a coming out party for him in this conference. 11.8 points per game, and a lot coming from the three.
Mo attacking that baseline. Foul ang pinito kay Caperal. Penalty ng Barangay Ginebra. This means 2 shots para kay Tautua. Ito po ang ating lakas move natin sa atin ng Cobra plus Vitamin C. Lakas at proteksyon. Cobra, the #1 energy drink.
Maltau 2 after exploding for 14 points in the first 2 quarters. Hindi pa siya nakakascore here in the third quarter with the 1:20 remaining, and he misses his first free throw.
Kabagnot is back on the floor as well as Zamar para dito sa SMB.
At least naka-rebound si Mo. Dami nang na-rebound. 14 and 8. Make it still 14 and 8. Kasi kanina binabanggit natin against NLEX. Almost 24 minutes. 0 rebound eh.
Yeah.
Diba?
Hirap isipin eh, di ba? Look at De La Cruz sneak through the back door. Aljon in trouble. Gets it out to Chan. They go cross court. Caperal again. Not this time around. Under a minute now remaining in the third. But regardless of what happens the rest of the way, we are in for a very good fourth quarter. Kanina kasi 20 na eh. Kala natin, nako, patay. Baka antukin tayong pare-pareho.
Lumaban nga. 7-0 run nga yung pinakawala nitong Ginebra eh. 17-0 run, oo.
Marshall scoops it up. Niluwak Maltau Tua with his first basket in the third.
Nababantayan eh. Weak side offensive rebound for him. Nakalimutan ni Prince Caperal yun. 8 na naman itong lamang ng San Miguel.
Chan with the leather. Goes to the left. Scotty didn't want to release. Inside they go to Arthur. The sweeping hook. De La Cruz misses. Rebound Mariano. Aljon keeps battling. Ayaw pa rin.
Daming chance ni Mariano ron, pero naguguluhan din siya eh, dahil nandun si Maltau Tua sa likod niya, kaya binadali niya yung pangalawang tira.
Mga pang-apat na ganun eh, no? At dyan po magtatapos ang ating third frame. May 12 minuto pang natitira para malaman natin kung matatapos na ba ang bilangan. Magna-number 1 na ba ang Ginebra? Makukuha na ba yung 270 na kinakailangan? 64-56 ang nasa ating talaan. Magbabalik po kami. Pasok ulit tayo sa loob ng AUF Sports Arena powered by Smart 5G kung saan meron pang 12 minuto ng basketball lang natitira sa quadruple header natin ngayong linggo. Fourth to the last day of the elimination round ng ating 2020 Honda PBA Philippine Cup. Fourth quarter na to, hatid sa atin ng Cobra plus Vitamin C, lakas at proteksyon. Cobra, the #1 energy drink. Napakalaking third quarter para sa Barangay Ginebra has brought them back into this contest. They were down by 17 at the onset of the third quarter. Umabot pa ng 20 yun within the first minute. Pero 17-0 run nga, binitawan ng Ginebra. Brought them back to within 3. Tapos ngayon, ito po, 64-56 ang ating score.
Impressive third quarter for Barangay. You take a look at that. They scored 20 points while itong San Miguel was only able to generate 11. Kaya bumalik na at bumaba ng bahagya yung lamang rito to start off the fourth quarter. 8 points lang kailangan na bunuin ng Barangay Ginebra. Pero Alex Cabagnor again, very slippery every time he penetrates. Wala si Japet sa loob, no problem. Walang secondary defender, walang blocker.
Kasama ni Cabagnor, itong sina Escoto, Lassiter, Zamar, and Gamalinda. Katapat sina Mariano, Caperal, Tenorio is back on the floor. Chan and itong si Balanza ay pinasok na. Foul si Escoto.
Dilihin siya. Galing din talaga ni Aljon Mariano. Alam niya mahirapan siya. So pagkatira, papatamain niya na lang yung kamay niya para matawagan ng foul. Russell Escoto will be the guilty party. So 2 free throws for Aljon Mariano. Si Escoto na misalign na naman yung shoulder niya in their last game. Buti na lang, naibalik agad. 7 times na raw nangyayari sa kanya yan. So, pero ganun pa rin, masakit.
Bakit pagka ganun may nagpapasabit, may dumidilihensya, parang iba kabit sa'yo? Kabisado mo yun pagka dumidilihensya yung mga anak mo sa'yo. Alain mo.
Dapat
School from home, may baon.
Kailangan may pero kailangan may work rendered pa rin.
Yeah.
Pagtrabahuhan.
You have to earn it.
Yes.
Yan ang magandang pundasyon. Speaking of having to work for it, ito San Miguel, they worked for that big lead. They almost squandered it. They're trying to work for their 6th win right here, right now. At i-extend pa yung bilangan para sa Ginebra hanggang bukas ng gabi. Chan gives it up to Mariano. Nakita nila, libre si Balanza. 3-pointer, nagmintis nga lang. Escoto para sa rebound. 66-57. San Miguel by 9. A minute and a half into this final frame. Kabagi ito, Escoto. Back over to Alex. Prince yung bantay niya. Cabagnor trying to use his speed and shiftiness. Papadedelihin siya din sana. Pinara ng depensa. Tenorio swings it. Chance got that opening. Both teams really missing their 3-point shots.
Yes, but especially itong Barangay Ginebra, we talked about their team averaging 37% from deep. Pero tonight, only 4 out of 23 for 17%. Si Scotty Thompson pa lang nakakashoot talaga sa 3 consistently, 2 out of 4 for 50%. Eric Tenorio still 0 out of 2. Stan Pringle only 1 out of 5. Arvin Tolentino nga 0 out of 5.
Ito naman San Miguel, 6 of 22 from that distance as well. Pero lamang sila by 9. Tautua with the leather. Looks around. He wants to attack Caperal. Tautua facing up. Bullet pass to the other side. Natapak si Alex.
Stepping siya. Pero yung isa pang hindi masyadong consistent your performance, si Stan Pringle, only 7 points.
Kaya kanina pa hindi nakakabalik. Ito si Pringle, huling-huli. Pagkakatapak ni Alex Jan. Santos using his length. Iiwan niya para kay Ross. 3 kalaban. Nagantay ng kakape. Sabi ni Marcio, ito libre naman. Mintis yung 3 niya, but Cabagnor keeps it on that side. Lassiter looking for Mo. Tautua, kanina pa niya sinusubok atakin si Caperal. Tutulong doon si Mariano. Nagambala naman si Tautua.
Kulang sa finish lang si Tautua ron. Nakalusot na siya pero hindi niya lang talaga makakuha ng magandang balanse dun sa kanyang tira. talked about Stan Pringle in their last 3 games against Alaska. He scored 31 against Northport. He scored 17 against TNT a few days ago. 28. Ngayon, 7. Kaya medyo down ngayon ng Barangay.
Lassiter from the left all the way to the right. Patay ang pektus niyan. Caperal saves it. Arthur De La Cruz getting some extended run here. Pumasok siya with about 30 seconds to go in the first half. Di pa umuupo mula nun, if I'm not mistaken. Itong si De La Cruz.
Alam ni Coach Tim, kailangan niya yan para lumalim yung kanyang rotation. Itong si Arthur De La Cruz. Kaya binibigyan niya na ng tsansa. LA Tenorio again,
Aray,
missing that shot. Now,
Bongya pa rin, ano?
0 out of 6 from the field, 0 out of 3 from the 3. He was our best player sa ball game when they played TNT. 15 points yung kanyang na-score doon. Tapos 50% from deep, 3 out of 6. Pero ngayon, maalat ah. Dito napapasok talaga yung fatigue factor. Even if your mind is functioning so well, pero yung bang yung utak mo tsaka yung galaw ng mga paa mo, fatigue factor talaga minsan yan pag hindi mo makuha yung timing. Ayan, bumubunot na si Coach Tim Cone. Alam niya na meron pa silang chance rito with 8 and 21 left. Still a manageable lead that they're trying to climb. 10 lamang. Now make it 11. But you know, Barangay Ginebra, no lead is safe when you play them.
Barangay Ginebra will be back in action tomorrow night kontra Terra Firma. San Miguel naman sa Martes po yan kontra sa Northport Batanguer. Both of those games will be live on One Sports. Steal by Ross. Hinahabol pa siya ni Tolentino. Si Ross magpapasabit pa. Nagmintis tuloy yung tira. Mariano on the move. Goes to the sidestep. Santos with the board. Medyo masakit sa mata, opening minutes ng ating fourth quarter. Both ways.
Madadaling tira, hindi nila ma-shoot eh.
Anong scoring? 3-1? 4-1? Parang ganun pala. Santos biten.
4-1 nga eh. Lamang yung San Miguel. Kasi natapos tayo. Lamang ng natapos tayo parang 58-50. Ano ba yan? 64-56.
Pati si Coach Tim. Nasagwa na yata sa nakikita niya. Milingin mo ng timeout. Tignan natin kung anong gagawin nila sa aming pagbabalik. LA Tenorio still looking for his first points of this game with his squad down double digits here in the fourth. It has been an ugly first few minutes of the fourth quarter. Let's see if that changes pagkatapos na itong timeout. Kasama ni Tenorio sina Aguilar, andyan din si Tolentino, De La Cruz, and Mariano. That's an odd 5 para sa Ginebra. Katapat sina Arwin Santos, andyan din si Chris Ross, Von Pesumal, Alex Cabagnot, and Motao Tua.
And LA Tenorio, in their last 2 games, he was actually averaging 14.5 points per game against Northport, 13 against TNT, 15 in the first 7 games. He was only good for 5.2 points per game. But tonight, 0 for LA Tenorio, minus 15 ang kanyang player efficiency. So, medyo nakakabahala yung bang pag-dip ng performance sa LA. Papasok na again dito yung fatigue factor eh. Yun yung mga nakakapagod estimahin. Hindi mo talaga ma-factor in, but in reality, material talaga yan eh. Nakita rin natin kay Motaw Tua last game, pero ngayon, with extra minutes of rest in their last game, nagkaroon siya ng konting energy.
Raymond Aguilar hesitates. Lalabas kay Tolentino. Doesn't work. Mariano again with the board. LA susubok. Ayaw talaga para kay Tenorio. You gotta commend Aljon Mariano here. Huh? He's leaving everything he's got on the floor right now, Coach RG. As Ross is fouled, nang hinayang, hindi pa naging 3-point play opportunity.
Speaking of Mariano, tama ka, 9 rebounds. Pero 1 out of 7 from the field lang for 4 points.
Ang problema ng field na yun, puro mga 4 feet away.
Naguguluhan din siya pag alam niyang malapit si Tautua.
Take a look at the game leaders so far para dito. Sa San Miguel, tignan naman yung Chris Ross, 12 rebounds to lead the squad.
And 4 assists. While itong si Mo Tautua, 16 big points.
At eto na, unti-unti, babalik ni Coach Tim. Mga big guns niya. Scotty is back on. Second one good for Ross. 13 abante na San Miguel. Thompson leading his squad in rebounds and assists. Japet naman with points and blocks. But Japet is on the bench. It is Raymond Aguilar who is there right now. This is one of 2 chances para sa Ginebra to clinch the top seed. Bukas nga po ng gabi sa One Sports. Kalaban nila, Terefirma. Raymond on the run. Doesn't work. Dire-diretso kay Ross yung rebound. Ross to Alex. Nakita si Mo. Naku! Natapal na ring. Arwin wala pa rin. Arthur De La Cruz with the board.
Kailangan ng Barangay Ginebra maka-score dito. 57 pa lang na score na. Finally, Aljon Mariano using a lot of patience to get his defender up there. Von Pesumal guilty of that personal foul.
Amazing play of the quarter though, powered by Smart. Experience next level speeds with Smart 5G. First field goal of the 4th quarter para sa Ginebra.
Tagal naman bago pumasok yun, ano?
Less than 6 na natitira eh. They only scored 1 point in that 6-minute stretch. Aljon adds 3. At baba sa 10 ang inahabol ng Ginebra. Papahiling ng timeout si Coach Leo Austria. Back inside the AUF Sports Arena powered by Smart 5G, laban ng SMB at Barangay Ginebra San Miguel to cap off a quadruple header on this Sunday evening. Japet Aguilar ang ating Tapal King of the game, hatid sa atin ng Super Volcasil, the Tapal King. And although he is leading the team in points and blocks, he remains on the bench. But Pati si Pringle hindi na nakabalik dito sa second half.
Oo nga eh. At good timeout for Coach Leo Austria. He was able to draw play that would give Chris Ross high percentage basket.
Tolentino was trying to locate Raymond Aguilar.
Now, prior to this game, the worst offensive night for San Miguel was an 85 or 82-point performance against Rain or Shine. Pero ngayon, 60 points pa lang yung kanilang nai-score.
Santos from deep, doesn't work. Si Mamaril pala, pinasok na para kay Tautua. Again, Ginebra plays again tomorrow. Ang San Miguel naman sa Martes. Just one game remaining for both of these sides to cap off the elimination round. Ginebra sits at the top with 7 wins and 2 losses. San Miguel naman lurking around the middle at 5 and 4. They want to catch Magnolia, Meralco, and Alaska at 6 and 4.
And for Ginebra, we thought like the trajectory is on an upswing. After winning 4 straight games to start the elimination round, they dropped their 5th and 6th game. Then 3 straight games again for them, winning against Alaska, and then Northport, and then Tropang Giga, but now in danger of losing a big one against San Miguel.
Tumatalo pa lang sa Ginebra, Rain or Shine at Magnolia. No?
Yes.
San Miguel wants to be the third to take them out.
Again, a turnover, and Chris Ross out of nowhere getting that steal and finishing strong to the basket. Hindi niya na inantay na may sasabit sa kanya. Sinigurado na lang niya yung kanyang layup.
Scotty for 3, wala. Put back ni Raymond Aguilar is good. That keeps them within 12, pero 4 minutes and change na lang ang natitira dito. Tautua is back para dito sa SMB. Gusto ng manigurado ni Coach Leo na hindi na makakabalik ang Ginebra dito. Long 3 ni Ross Emintis. Tautua goes to the spin, runs into 3 defenders who droop to the line for 2 free throws.
14 of his 16 points happening in the first 2 quarters. Only 2 points so far for Mo Tautua, but it's okay. His team is up comfortably at 12 points, 74-62. That time remaining in our ball game. 11 rebounds. Make it 2 out of 4 from the free throw line for 50%. Marshall Lassiter, a huge lift for Coach Leo Austria. He did not play in their last game in a losing cause against NLEX. They lost by a huge margin, 34-point disadvantage for them. But yun yung what we've been mentioning kanina pa eh. A day of rest for Marshall Lassiter. A few quarters of rest for guys like Mo Tautua, Chris Ross, even Alex Cabagnot, and itong si Santos. Mas maganda yung kanilang energy dito sa game na to.
Balanza trying to go to Raymond Aguilar. Raymond's tripped up. Si Chris Ross, 11 points, 14 rebounds na sa ball game na ito. Si Pambam Gamalida, 10 points, 5 rebounds. Ang daming umangat bigla laro para dito sa SMB. Marshall, in his comeback game, 12 points. Hindi lang kanais-nais in 2 of 11 shooting.
But for Chris Ross, his best rebounding game was done against Blackwater. His confidence high in rebounds is 8. Pero ngayon, he's just doing everything. He is scoring. He is also rebounding. He is assisting. He's going for steals. He knows exactly the importance of this ball game to keep their boat afloat.
Tamalinda with rebound number 6. Coming up on 3.5 remaining sa ating Super Bowl Sunday. Lassiter trying to shake off his defender. Kapos. Sabi ni Aguilar, buti na lang di ko sinave.
Parang nagdalawang isip siya eh. Sino ba nakatapik, di ba?
Airball eh.
Kasi bihira nga naman mag-airball si Marshall Lassiter kung hindi nasapal yun. Kaya napaisip doon si Raymond, di ba?
May nakadaplis ba doon?
Oo, ganun diba? Yun eh.
LA Tenorio planted on that bench. Ayun nga, no? Bokya na, bokya pa.
15 points, 9 assists against TNT. He was our best player of the ball game. It's seldom you will see itong si LA Tenorio not contributing to his team on two departments. Minsan, he will just score 2-4 points, but he will have a lot of assists across his name. But it's just so different in tonight's game.
Akala ko naging secret agent na si LA. Double O.
Lalong-lalo na yung kanyang efficiency. When they won against Northport, he was plus 24.
Yun.
Tapos against TNT, he was actually plus 17. But ngayon, minus 15.
Aray ko. Para kay LA Tenorio. Let's see how this squad bounces back tomorrow. Ay, lumusot pa yun. Lassiter will get his breather. Malamang Martes na nga natin makita ulit yan. As we meet our dream player of the game, brought to you by Honda, the official motorcycle of the PBA. So San Miguel looking like they're on their way to cause even more traffic in the middle of the standings. 5-4 right now, on their way to 6-4. Alaska, Meralco, and Magnolia likewise at 6-4. Kung kala nyo, magulo yung kabulan sa 270 do sa Estados Unidos, ha? Itong gawaan ng quotient ngayon, itong computation, ganun din kahaba to, RG.
Oo, ang mangyayari rito, itong Barangay Ginebra, if they go on to lose this ball game, they will also drop to 7-3. Samantala itong tropang Giga, after winning their game against Meralco Balls yesterday, 7-3 rin ito. Pero kaya pa rin mag 7-3 nitong Phoenix. They're 6-3 right now. Tapos Meralco Balls hits at 6-4. Itong San Miguel will climb up to 6-4 at the rate things are going up. 14 to 21 remaining. So tama, nagdidikit-dikit yung ating win-loss record ng mga teams na relevant pa in this conference.
Aljon Mariano continues to battle here as we approach the 2-minute warning. Last 2 minutes natin sa atin ng Cobra plus Vitamin C. Lakas at proteksyon. Cobra, the #1 energy drink. Now, Tua tied up by Aguilar.
And one of the worst offensive games that we've seen Barangay Ginebra play. They always value basketball efficiency offensively. Their worst offensive night again was a game they played against Rain or Shine in a losing cause, but they were still good for 82 points.
66, ang layo.
Wow, look at the number of points that they have generated tonight. Napakababa. Of course, a lot of credit must be given to San Miguel. If there is one thing that San Miguel did not allow Barangay Ginebra is to let LA Tenorio control them with a lot of ball screen action on the ball situations. Tapos pati si Stan Pringle, over 20 points per game, but only 7 tonight.
Lakas move na to atid sa atin ng Cobra plus Vitamin C. Lakas at proteksyon. Cobra, the #1 energy drink.
And Stan Pringle, prior to this ball game, his worst offensive night was way back in their very first game against NLEX, where he scattered only 12 points, but that was of a win. His biggest scoring performance was a 31-point production against Alaska. 18
Baseline
minutes
jumper.
lang, ha? Nilaro ni Stan, ha?
Yun ang matindi.
Yung fatigue na rin. So may mga ano na rin, yung tinatawag nating load management. Di ba? Some people will call it minutes restriction.
Timeout requested. 79-66. San Miguel by 13. Magbibigay ng good vibes ngayong Lunes ng umaga ang basketball legend at tinaguriang Tower of Power na si Benji Paras sa kanyang pagbisita sa morning talk show na Chika Besh. Hosted by Pokwang, Ria Taide and Pauline Luna Soto, makichika sa Chika Besh araw-araw alas 7:30 ng umaga sa TV5 at 11 a.m. sa Colors. So Barangay Ginebra really looking lethargic in this game. See the matchup here between Ross and Thompson. Both of them went to work.
Almost a triple-double performance for Scotty Thompson. Just one rebound shy of a triple-double. Pero si Chris Ross, 11 points, 14 rebounds. From the get-go when he was inserted inside, he really wanted to dictate the kind of ball game that they will play. We've talked about their worst stat, yung bang rebounds, and that is where Chris Ross contributed well.
Ginebra showed some signs of life when they were down 20. They went on a 17-0 run, but that was about it. Sina Japet, sina Pringle, sina LA, halos hindi na talaga ginamit dito sa second half. It was actually their shock troopers. Yun din yung nagpalawig ulit ng kanilang kalamangan.
Yes, and just getting better on the things that they emphasized. I'm sure they talked about it as a team. Let's gang rebound. Let us not allow our opponent to smother us on the rebounds department. And that is exactly what has happened in tonight's game. 56 rebounds for San Miguel and only 55 for the Gin Kings. Another stat that they are worst in the league is second chance points allowed. But so far, they even outscored itong San Miguel 13-12. Doon San Miguel. It was a wire-to-wire victory for them against Barangay Ginebra.
Coach Leo Austria improves his squad standing to 6-4 with one last game on Tuesday against Northport. Barangay Ginebra naman will have one last tomorrow night against Terra Firma. Pareho po yun sa One Sports. Sino ang ating bida player of the game na hatid sa atin ng Firefly LED kasama mo?
We've seen him score more than 11 points, but the reason why we're giving it to him is his rebounding. 14 rebounds. Yes, he can get 4 more assists and 4 steals, but the rebounding is something that they really need, especially in their last 2 losses.
Binanggit mo nga, pinaka-horrible pa doon. Yung na-double up sila, 62-31 last time sa rebounds.
Yes, and that is why we gave the privilege to give best player of the game to Chris Ross.
So 81-66 is your final score. Ang ating best player na si Chris Ross, Firefly LED best player of the game, ay makakakwentuhan ni Miss Selena Dagdag as they set it up on the floor of the AF. Selena, take it away.